Whether you're an experienced hauler or a new hauler that's looking to get into space trucking, I've got 5 simple rules to help you out in your ventures, keep you safe, and making more ISK. So let's take a look at them.
Rule number one, join the Haulers channel. Okay. Uh, Within the Haulers channel, you also find another channel that is called Gank Intel. Okay. Both of these are very, very good, very essential. There's a wealth of information that you can obtain from both of them. The people in it that join it really do a pretty good job of letting others know of gate camps and just people who are scanning haulers and actually just ships in general. Really good channels. I mean, not to mention, the haulers channel is actually very, very sociable, very, very helpful. There's a lot of new people that pop in it, and everyone there is very welcoming and willing to answer questions. So check those out. Rule number two, never call out your hauler in any public channels. Over the last few weeks, it's been something that I've noticed in the haulers channel primarily, that someone new will put up a contract, and they will, someone will come along and accept the contract, and they will go back into the channel and say, "Hey, thanks, so and so. I'll throw in an extra 20 million in bonus reward if you get it done within the next hour." That may seem like a really good idea, but believe me when I say it, it is not a good idea whatsoever. The moment you do that, you are letting everybody in that channel know who's carrying your stuff, where they're starting from, where they're ending, and how much the collateral is, along with the reward. Okay, just that information alone is enough to drive anybody insane. Okay, don't do it. It makes a lot of people very, very nervous. Ganking is extremely high in this game. Haulers are not cheap. Fits for blockade runners and deep space transport, a blinged out version of any of those, are not cheap. You get 4 or 5 billion ISK in collateral on the line. I mean, it's business. So, kind of a fair warning if you're new to the haulers channel and the haulers world, don't do it. If you ever decide to do it and it happens to you, you will definitely understand. You will feel the stress of making that haul. Rule number three: do not fly what you cannot afford to replace. All right, so this is a very old saying in Eve Online, and it rings true throughout every aspect of this game. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're an explorer, doesn't matter if you're into PvP and combat. With hauling, it is completely different. Here's why, and you probably already know the answer. You have to put up collateral. So we're just going to take into consideration, I just bought a brand new shiny T1 freighter, an obelisk or a Charon, and I have a few million ISK, and I turn around and I pick up a contract for 500 million collateral. Okay, so I'm putting up 500 mil, saying I'm going to cover this contract if I run out of time or if I lose the shipment, right? This is where it gets hairy. Okay, I just spent the remaining of my savings, the money that I've earned in game, and now I'm gonna put it in my freighter and I'm gonna haul it. I'm gonna take it to its destination. Somewhere along the line, I get to a gate and I get bumped and I get ganked. Okay, I lost at that very moment. Changes the entire game for you. You didn't just lose, a billion ISK ship, but you also lost the remaining 500 mil ISK that you had put up for that contract. With hauling, you're not only losing your ship, you're losing your entire cargo along with it. So to me, it's a complete game changer. Rule number four: always choose the best ship for the haul. There is no sense in hauling 5,000 cubic meters of cargo in a freighter. It makes absolutely no sense. Don't do it. You will spend 40 seconds of your life at every single gate. That's just an alignment time. Not to mention the freighters are insanely slow. Okay, I mean, you're talking, I think it's like 1.7, 1.8 AU. That is incredibly slow. So if you've got a jump that is 63 AU, just an example here, that's going to take you, what, like 45 seconds? So now you just spent 40 seconds in alignment time plus another 40-ish seconds making that jump. And when you've got something crazy, let's just say 20 jumps, you know, you're going to spend an hour getting from point A to point B. All right. It doesn't make sense. Throw that shit into a nearest and, you know, get there faster. Time is money, right? Rule number 5. Size does not matter. Let's keep our heads out of the gas clouds, guys. You know what I mean. No, seriously, you do not need a freighter to make more ISK. Okay, this goes back to rule 4. Okay, choose the right ship for the haul. You're not going to shove 5,000 cubic meters into a freighter and do 20 jumps. It's insane. It's stupid, and you're exposing yourself to a bump and a gank. Okay, or, you know, extortion. If I had to train all of my skill points, I would not train for a freighter first. I would go the T2 industrial first. So that's going to be your blockade runner and your deep space transport. Why? You're limiting your exposure with both of those ships. So the blockade runner, you're going to be able to cloak while warping. The benefit of that is you're not going to show up on grid until you get to that gate and you start to decloak. So minimum exposure. And then it's going to be the same thing when you get on the other side of the gate and you go to a line. You can decloak, hit a line, cloak up again, and you can be in warp. Deep space transport is going to be more beneficial to you because it's going to give you that extra little bit of room. Okay, you have that fleet maintenance bay that's going to push you out to I think 50,000 meters cube, which is a lot of space. Anything above that, yes, you're going to have to use a freighter. You can find a ton of contracts below 50,000. All right, you just got to have the collateral to put them up. Just think about that before you buy a freighter, okay? All right, and that's all I got for you guys today. If you have any other rules that you would add to the list, please leave them in the comments section below. I would love to hear them, discuss them. It's always nice to hear little tips and tricks, especially from haulers. Fly safe, and I will see you guys next time.